Greetings, welcome back to PinkOddBird. Today we're here to carry on with the No Buy, No Die, Create on the Fly series. Today we are going to make some tags for these envelopes that we made the other day on the last video. If you haven't seen this video, you can check it out in the description box below. It'll be linked for you if you want to try and make some of these for yourself. But I want to be using some recycled materials today, some book pages, and I also, in my garage, I was looking for something else, but I found a slew of digitals that I had printed out, and I printed these a long time ago because this paper, I don't even have this paper anymore, but I like it though. I wish I could remember what it was. It's very buttery feeling. I don't know, really nice paper, but these are all printed out already, so I might as well try and use these because they've just been sitting in the garage for years now. So I'm gonna try and do that. I've got some book pages, music sheet paper, some like old typewriter pages, and then the digitals. I also still have our little strips that we used in the last video off to the side, and I think that's pretty much it. So let's go ahead and get started. All right, so I want to use this cardboard as the base of my tags because it's lightweight and, you know, I can layer over this and it won't bulk up too much. So this is just like a case from a soda thing. So the first thing I'm just gonna do is try and cut it down the center so that we can open it up. Then I'm just going to fold it like this, and I'm going to use my paper trimmer to start chopping this down a bit, and then I'll try and get them measured into sizes that will fit into the envelopes that we've made. Hopefully I have enough of this because I think I have 12 envelopes. So if I don't have enough of this stuff, then we'll just use cardstock. All right. So first I'm just going to trim off the rough edges. There's pieces of this that I won't be able to use, but that's okay. I mean, it was just going to go in the recycle bin anyway. Okay, so here's what we have so far. So let me grab my ruler. I don't have my ruler over here and I need it, so hang on. Okay, I have my ruler. So I know some of these are a little bit different in height, but let's just, maybe I should take the shortest one, maybe. I'm gonna start by taking the measurements of the ones that have the flaps first. I'll take the shortest measurement of whichever one of those I have. So I'm just gonna use this base measurement. We got 8 inches, and then 8 inches. And let's take the most narrow. So maybe we can do 4.5. And I know that since that's the most narrow one, 4.5 should work for the rest. So let's see. I have this piece here that I won't be able to use. Let's see if that's going to be in the 8-inch bracket or not. And I'm going to give myself an extra quarter just to trim off any other excess that I might not need. So I'm going to cut it to 8 1/4. All right, so these are going to be too small, but we might, I'm not sure, we might be able to use them for the shorter pockets that we made. We'll see. And then I'm going to flip this over and clean up that other edge. Oh, see, there's a torn little piece right there. Darn. Okay. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut that off. 8 inches. And then we'll cut them to, let me first cut this straight. And then we'll cut them to, I think I said 4 1/4. So I can't even use this piece, so let me just get it out of the way. You're slowing me down. So 4 1/4. Did I say 4 1/4 or 4 1/2? I'll cut to 4 1/2 first, and then if I have to change the measurements, that's fine. So I can't use this piece for anything. I mean, I could probably cut this little square, but I don't have anything that size right now. And I'm not trying to save excess stuff for no reason, so that'll go in the recycle. So here's one. And let's clean up the edge. And then we'll cut this down to 4. I'm gonna do 4 1/2. And then if I have to make them more narrow, that's fine, but I would rather them be wider than I need them than too narrow. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's going to be in a pocket. Okay, so 4 1/2. Okay, so how many do we have? 3. Cool. I need 3 more, I think, in that size. So these are too short. That's okay. I have this one here, so we'll cut this one down. Same process. And I feel like using a supply like this should be really accessible to everyone. If you don't have carton cases like this, then you could probably use a cereal box or cracker box, anything like that. All right, let me cut this little edge open. Cool. Should we have 6? 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 7. Okay, so I don't have enough of this for the other things, but that's okay. We'll use some cardstock when we get to that. So this will now just go in the recycle bin. Okay, cool. Now actually, you know what? I think I'll go ahead and cut down the ones for these too, so that that part is already done and taken care of. So then all I have to worry about is the next step. So I have 3 pieces of cardstock here, or well, I have 4, but I only need 3. So I only need 3. So I'm gonna cut them down to about 8. And let's try 8 1/4. That way we can maximize the use and minimize the waste. And 4 1/2. This will be perfect. And 4 1/2. This is what we are left with, so we'll save this for something else. Okay, cool. So now I have the base, my tags here, and if you want, I guess you can already preemptively kind of cut some of these into the tag shapes, or you can leave them square. So maybe we'll do like 3 and 3. So we'll cut 3 into tag shapes for the pockets that are adhered to the page, and then 3 for the removable ephemeras. Well, also I should probably first make sure that they're all gonna fit before I cut them, because once you cut the tag shape, it's gonna be weird if it's not right. All right, so there's 1. That's perfect. Actually, let me make sure it's not taller than 8 1/2 inches, because then it's going to be going off the page, and it is. So I'm going to cut off maybe about 1/4 and 1/8. So let me trim them down a little bit. So this should be better. Yeah, perfect. So the tags are almost about 8 inches. So let's take 3 and make them tag shape, and then 3 we'll leave, maybe we'll round them. Maybe we'll round those. So I just cut off a snip, turn it over, and use that as your template. and cut off a snip. And for these, we'll do corner rounder on a 1/2 inch. All right. So those are those, and then let's do the same for our chipboard pieces. And let me make sure none of these are over 8.5. They shouldn't be. No. Okay, good. Okay, so, and I think, I can't remember everything, guys. Give me a second. I know this is probably why measurements help. Measurements are good. I'm going to trim a couple of these down, just a hair. Okay, so now we've trimmed them to the right size. And then I'm just going to take 3 and cut them into tag shapes. Okay, so there we go, and then we'll do the same for these and make them round. Oh, too many. Oh, I only need 3. I think I have an extra one. Which actually, I think I would rather use this one because this one has the handle punch in it, so. Oh, still too many. Okay, 2. 2 is the max. Okay, done and done. Now is the fun part where we're going to start using our papers and scraps. Like I said, I got a bunch of book pages out, some old digitals that were printed already, music paper. Really just use whatever you have. Like even if you just have scraps, just use what you have to collage. And that's how we're going to get these pages or these tags swooped up. So here we go. I'm going to grab all my bases here and move my envelopes out of the way. They're not needed right now. And this is just going to be a big repetitious process of gluing. And I think I need my glue stick also. So let me grab that. Now, as for me, I will be stitching on mine. If you are not going to stitch on your tags, you want to make sure that you glue them down in a way that they won't lift up later. But I'm just doing this for placement purposes, adhesion kind of purposes, just placeholder purposes. So I'm just going to start tearing up my book pages here and adding them down. And we all know how to do this, right? But the only difference is you're doing it along with me. So yay. Doesn't matter where you place it, doesn't matter the size. Just remember, only use a fraction of a second to think in this particular project. A fraction of a second is all you need. I still haven't found my distressing tool thing. I'm pretty sad about it, but I'm hoping that I can find it later. I don't know. I don't know where it went, but I need it. But either way, you'll probably need something to distress these with because, I mean, you don't have to, but I hope I got enough book pages. Oops, that's okay. I pulled these from my book page bin that I have downstairs. And I know some of the corners are rounded and I'm going off the edge a little bit. That's okay. I'll trim them up later. We had a bunch of rain yesterday, which was really nice. The rain is very scarce and fleeting here where I live, which is sad. So I'm always willing to soak it up whenever we do get it. It was really nice. I'd rather be just like watching movies and stuff than working, but it is what it is. Might have to re-up on my glues pretty soon here. If you've got an abundance of book pages, this is really a great project to kind of eat those up a bit. All right. Cool. All right, so we've got one type down there. I just used a bunch of these, so for now I'm going to set them aside so that we can get a variety of some different textures and colors. All right. Move into some of these types here. I love the typewriter font on these. Okay. Okay, I'm going to jump off really quick and finish gluing down some of these. I just don't feel like you probably want to see this whole part because it's going to be really repetitive, but I will come back and we'll do some more together, and I'll see you in a few minutes. Okay, for the next phase, I think I want to dig into some of these digis that were printed out many moons ago. I don't even honestly know what all is in here or why I printed it. But it's kind of cool though. Like some of the images are on there. I think this was way back when I did Pride and Prejudice and Zombies. I think that's what this was from. Okay, so let's just, I don't know, let's just take some stuff here. This is Ephemera's Vintage Garden. This is on heavier cardstock though, and I'd rather not tear that, so we'll use that later on in the book, and so is this. I want to use some of these like lighter weight papers. Like we can use this butterfly. On a couple. So I'm gonna cut this just to give my eyes a little bit more of a speck on where I want this to go. Okay. And I think I'll add it. I'm going to tear this though because it looks too perfect up at the top. And then I'm going to add a little bit of this glue because I want to make sure that top edge stays down and the side edge. Ah! Some of my glue stick. Bingo wingo. Perfect. It's coming together. It is coming together. All right, there's one. Let's add this one. Put it here. And I'm going to tear this just in case. I don't know if this will remain the top edge of this part of the collage. And then I'll just put a little of this in the center. Remember, I will be stitching on mine, so. Okay, very good. And what else do I have in the old trusty stasharoo? This one also is going to be for later, I guess. I don't know why. Oh yeah. Why did I print the way that I printed? That one can be used as an actual envelope. Some of these things can be used, like, I think, for what they are. I guess let's use this. I mean, I can't imagine how long these have been sitting in my garage. I really can't. I'm gonna put this right about here, I think. I'll use this on a different one. So let's go ahead and pop this down. I'm gonna put some glue here and about here because I don't know how much is going to hang off the edge. Very good. That paper, I really wish I knew what this paper was because it feels so good. Okay. And maybe we'll put this one up here since it's already there. Kind of works. I'm just going to glue along this edge here and a little bit here because I'm going to cut some of this off because I don't need the whole piece. All right, I'm going to, let's see what else I have in here that I might be able to use. This looks good. I really don't remember what some of these digitals are. I would like to tell you, but I don't know. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'll do a couple more with you guys and then I will jump off to finish the last couple and then we'll come back and add the next layer of collage. I just don't want to spend a lot of time doing like a bunch of the same. So I will jump back on when we get to the next level. Okay, we've got those pieces down. So I want to use, maybe let's use some of these like pattern kind of ones maybe to give some other kind of like texture to it. Also, what we could probably use some of these for are tags. Like since they're already printed, we can just back them because they're on a lighter paper and use them as tags. So I'm kind of happy that I also have those because it's kind of like a way that we can get some more ephemera into the books with some stuff that we already have printed out. We can use it just like that. So let's see, I'll take a little bit of this. So I'm going to do one more round of like something patterny. Okay, so there's one. Why do I have all these extra book pages in here? Okay, and I'll do a couple more here with you guys, and then I'll finish this next segment off the cam and come back and see where we're at. We'll do one more, I think we'll have one more layer, and then I want to cut them down so that I can see how they're looking, and we'll go from there. And I am racing against sunlight, you guys, so if I'm moving fast, I'm sorry, but I have to be able to get it done while the sun is still up. All right, let's take this one here maybe. And see where we can put it. We just need a small piece for right here, I think. Just something small, but we also will have to add something right there, but that's fine. Put it like that. Be really good. All right. Cool. I know they look really wacky right now because of the they're not trimmed down. They're not trimmed down, so they look a little wacky tacky, but they're gonna look really good. You know, this is like really, collaging is one of those things that we do where you really just have to trust the process. All right, I'm gonna get the rest of these done and I'll be back. All right, now that we've got these colorful pops on there, I want to use my music paper that I have here. So that's gonna be the next layer. So where is it? Come now. Here we go. And I've got probably enough of the music paper to go around for the entire crafting community. Okay. I'm trying to keep my area as tidy as I can as I go because, whew, you guys, it really easily and swiftly gets completely out of order. All right. Okay. Here we go. Music paper time. All right. And this is vintage, so it's going to be very delicate to use. This one is not to the point of where it's breaking, so that's kind of good. So I'm going to see if I can find a piece that makes sense here. Maybe like here. That would go right there. Okay. And I think I'm just going to snip off that little piece and add some right here. Right. It's kind of a weird tear right there. I'm going to pop some still on there anyway. Cover up that blank spot. Okay, so I think we're going to still need one more something, because as you can see, I've still got a couple blank spaces here that I'm going to need to fill, but we'll get there when we get there. I'm going to run through and do some music paper on my tags, and then I'll meet you guys back here. Okay, friends, so I think before I move on to adding like last finishing touches, I want to trim them down so that I could have a better perception of what they're going to look like kind of when they're done, so that it'll help me like better place whatever it is that I pick out for these. So I'm just going to use my paper trimmer here to trim these on down so that we can get those last little holes filled up. You could do this with your regular scissors, but I think it's going to be a little bit faster for me if I just do it this way sometimes, because then I also have to go back sometimes, and because I'm afraid to cut the tag. So like that, and here still have to cut a little bit. Might just be worth it to cut it with your scissors, but for me, for right now, for the sake of time, I have to do it this way. And I hate feeling like I have to rush, but my days are busy, you guys, but I'm trying to do my very best, so bear with me. All right, I'm gonna finish cutting these down and I'll be right back. Okay, so they're all trimmed down now, guys. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just use like some of my scraps that I have laying about here, and maybe some more of those like digitals, just whatever I feel like is going to look best to finish out these little tags. So let's see. I'm going to go ahead and just tear some more of this. And see where I need to add it. So this one, and then this one is going to be ready. Okay. Cool. All right. I'm going to do a couple more with you, and then I will jump off line and do the rest, and then we'll come back and tell you what the next step that I'm going to do is. And I guess if you're following along with me, it's also the one that you'll do. Okay, so I'm going to do a couple more and I'll be right back. Whew, okay, you guys. So I have them pretty much collaged like how I want them to be. Now, the next concern is going to be the backs. I guess if you're using like cardstock like I did on these, you can leave it as is, but I would like it to have a little bit more stability to it. If you have coffee paper that you've already dyed, then you can use that. But for me, I think I want to try and continue to use these really super lightweight scrapbook papers. And what I'm going to be looking for is hopefully I can find some that have like enough plain space on them so that you can write on the backs, so that they're actually usable functional tags. Now if I don't, then I guess I don't have a choice but to dig into my coffee dyed stash. But that one is that one's like light enough that you can still write on it. So I'm gonna take that one. You can definitely still write on that with a pen or anything and it'll show just perfectly fine. So I have 2 of those. Perfect. Any more? I'm not sure how many tags I can get out of that, but let's see, and then I'll see how many more I need after that. Ooh, I hope I have some more in here. That one, maybe. It's got a lot going on in the background, but it's a possibility. Ooh, there's so many papers in here, guys. Okay, so these are great. And they're actually also kind of like lined, so that could like double as like lined paper, so that's great. So I have 4 sheets. Maybe there's one more of those. No, but this one is also light enough, so we'll take that one just in case we need it. I don't feel like we're gonna need more than 5 sheets, but we'll see. Oh, oops. Those are just loose. They fell out of the book. Okay, so now I do have direction to this, so let me just make sure they're all orientated correctly. Now these I do want to probably have sideways because I like that they're lined. So you could turn the lines so that they're horizontal. Now the next thing that I'm going to do is quite simply, and this is great because look, this really lightweight is not going to add a lot of bulk to the tags. So it's perfect. So I'm going to take a little bit of my glue just to place them so that I can cut them out. Now I could probably, I don't know, there may be some, yeah, I can't use it that way. That's okay though. And I can't use it that way. So I might only be able to get like 2 tags per sheet, and that's okay. We'll find something else to do. I know we're creating more scraps, but we're also using paper. Cool. Okay, so that's 2. So I might actually need one more. Let's see, maybe I can place these better so that they can be, well, they have direction to them on these, right? I don't know how much it matters though. Let's see. Maybe I can get 3. Nope. So yeah, with the size of my tags, I can really only get 2 per sheet, which is a little cringy, but it is what it is. It is what it is. And I'm going to try and line up one of these so that I can save time on cutting the edges because I've already lined them up. And so that's 4. Oh, I'm going to need way more paper because I have 12 tags that need backs. Yoinks. Okay, this one doesn't really have direction though, but I still don't think I can get more than 3, more than 2. Yeah, they're just too big, just barely 2. Shame, shame, shame. If your tags are smaller than mine, you may be able to to get away with doing a little bit more on your sheet. So you might end up with less scraps than me, but that's all right. We can always use them for more collaging, which I'm sure is going to happen in these books. Or actually, you know what? I have an idea maybe for the next video we can do with it. That's actually perfect. Perfecto. It's not going to be ephemera, I don't think, but it's a use for it. Maybe I can think of a few things that we can do. Okay, so I will probably need one more sheet of paper. Not too shabby. And I'm really rushing, guys. The sun's going down and I have to get ready to make my dinner. So I want to get these done. Now, as far as a focal image, you could add a focal image on these. I don't know. I'm going to stitch on mine and I want to see how they look after, but I don't really feel like they need a focal image. And plus the fact that they are going to be going inside of an envelope. So you don't want to add something that's going to be too bulky. All right, let me see what I have, please. Oh, perfect. Yay. And we'll do the last two and I will cut them out and I'll be right back. All right, friends, so we've got them all backed now, which is perfect. So the last thing to do for me is stitch on them. So I am going to go give these a little stitch and I will be right back so that we can take a look at how they are. Okay, friends. Finally, we did it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Now the last thing to do is, well, like I said, if you want to, you can continue to go from here. You can add focal images to these. You can put tag toppers in them. You can distress them. Or you can just leave them as they are. You know, we worked hard on these collages too. So I don't know. For now, I'm going to leave them as they are. I don't know what I'm going to come across as we continue to create. There may be something that I want to add to the fronts of these, just a flat image or something. I don't know. But for now, this is how they are. And maybe we will come, maybe I will end up, because I do have on the envelopes that we made, I do have like eyelets that I put in them, and I might go back and do something to those. So yeah, oh my gosh, so good. And they fit perfectly, which I'm happy about. Really nice little tags.
Ring.
Awesome. Cool. Oh my gosh, you guys. So these are really neat. They feel like little parcels. I love it. Yeah, so this is going to be the video for today, you guys. And I guess what we also can do next time is maybe we can add some little things for our belly bands. Maybe we can use these strips of paper that we cut when we back the back of the tags. Like that's an idea maybe. So, yeah, so I think that is going to wrap it up for me for now. Be sure to stay tuned because you never know what direction this odd flock of ours is heading into. And until next time, toodaloo.